Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well out there. And welcome to the Pascal Show. We got a quick one for you guys. I got some quick information for you guys. Some good news. At the end of the day, good news. I love when stories like this get wrapped up in a day, right? Becomes a big story, and then it gets wrapped like that, which is fantastic news in my personal opinion. A lot of people are out here wondering what the heck is going on, what actually went down here. Let me tell you. I will tell you. Or at least we're going to be diving into it and finding out what the heck actually happened here. But good news. Good news. For those of y'all who have been following or following this story. Okay, so this is breaking. As of the past, I don't even know, maybe the past few hours. I just caught wind of this, literally opened up my phone, and there it was. I was like, okay, I got to hop on and do this story. Now, the funny thing is I was planning on doing something completely different, a different story tonight. A completely different conversation, completely different case that we need to talk about. But I found out that there's this breaking information. I can't leave this story open-ended. We have to close this story. And at least this story is being closed in a very positive, well, in a good way. Okay? In a very good way. So I'm just going to have to hold on to this conversation for this other case that's going on that everybody and their mom has now started to talk about so far. So I am now going to finally be talking about that as well. My plan was to talk about that this morning, and they got pushed because of this story. And now it's getting pushed again because I was planning on talking about this tonight. And I'm going to push it again so that we can talk about this. But this is very good reason, okay? I have very good reason, okay? Very good reasons, okay? Very good reasons. So, we got to get into this, talk about this, and this is good news. And for those of y'all who don't know what's going on, I'll give you guys a quick recap of that as well. So don't worry, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. You're going to get the information. You're not going to feel out of the loop. We will be talking about it for those who are just starting to file in. So do me a favor, hit that like button down below, crush it, make it scream out your damn name, okay? And also, please do not forget, if you haven't done it yet, and this is your first time checking out this show, please crush that subscribe button. I talk about everything here. Everything from pop culture, controversy, true crime, missing person stories, etc. You name it. I talk about it all right here on this show. So if you like variety, you like different conversations, please do me that favor. Crush that subscribe button. I still need to talk about Kanye. Yes, I did. Yes, I said it. I still need to talk about Kanye. Trust me, we'll be talking about Kanye. But I haven't gotten a chance to talk about Kanye, which we will be doing here very, very soon. Okay? Because I cannot avoid that conversation. Because that's a conversation we need to have. Okay? So we will be talking about that without a shadow of a doubt. But we're here for some really, really great news. So let's get into this, shall we? Let's get into the stories of the day. And I know you're like, oh, stop, honey, stop. Baby, quit. Get out the way. You messing with my stories of the day. So we got something with to wrap this bad boy up. And I love when these stories go so quick, you know? Instead of it lasting 7 weeks, this got wrapped up in 10 days, which I'm very, very happy about. And I'm talking about this. Chloe Campbell. She is 14 years old. She went missing as of September 30th. After a football game, she was hanging out in a spot called, I guess it was called the Smoker's Spot or the Smoking Spot. I forgot. Okay. And She apparently was hanging out with some people and she just disappeared. Now, what we understand is that she was hanging out, allegedly hanging out, last seen with some grown men, two grown men. The parents described them as one of them was Asian, another man had a beard, but clearly these were men that clearly did not go to high school. Okay? Did not go to high school. Or, they were clearly old enough that they're probably having conversations about their 401k and maybe their retirement plans. You feel me? They old. And apparently she was last seen with these two gentlemen. Now, this whole story has been very, very strange. It's been the stories that have been falling all over the place has been very, very weird. Given the fact that the parents have stepped forward, basically begging and pleading to find out where their daughter was. They said that she was taking some sort of mental, like she has medication for physical and mental health issues, which very broad. That could mean many to many different things, but they were very concerned about her not having her medication uh, to do, to take care of herself, that she would run out of her medication. There were other stories of the parents receiving Snapchat photos from an anonymous Snapchat account showing her in photos where she looked injured and unwell, as the parents said. Then there were friends, apparently, that were receiving photos or receiving messages from that same Snapchat account having conversations with her as well. There was also theories and speculation and rumors going out saying that she was in Arizona with a family, quote unquote family, doing just fine. She had money, all that stuff. There's been so many stories that have been circulating around here, so many rumors. The area, the town has basically gone up in drama and conspiracy theories and speculation lands. Okay. There was also, just so I can add that before I forget, there was also people talking about how there was fake obituaries that were written about Chloe, basically saying that she had passed. All this crazy stuff. All of this stuff that just didn't make any sense, y'all. And we talked about that this morning on the show. So please go and check that out when you get some time to watch the show. But still, I'm scratching my head and going, what the hell actually happened here? And the funny thing is that we still don't have any answers. We still do not have full answers of what's going on here. But to do a quick little recap, I want us to play this. I want to play this video really quick because I want you guys to hear the conversation and what the parents were saying in this video clip, and then of course we're going to get to the press release or the press conference that they had. It was short, but there is news that she was found, which is fantastical, wonderful news. I'm very happy that she is okay. But just a quick trip down memory lane. Just want you guys to hear it's gone now. Holy crap. That video gone. What? That video gone for real though? Okay. I guess they said she's been found, so it's, end of story. Wow. Okay, well, hold on. We will find others. Yes. Ba ba boo. All right. Now, no, I don't want to play that one. See, I hate when I don't like playing other content creators' work because it just doesn't feel right at all. You know what I mean? But hold on. Let me see if I can find a little bit on Twits. Well, I guess that ish is gone. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. But as you already know, the family was sitting there going, what the heck is going on? Where is she? What happened to her? Why are people saying that she's in Arizona? Which of course Laura Waldy just said, was she found in Arizona? Apparently no. She was not. She was found 25 miles outside of Boulder, Colorado. Apparently with some people, some older people, which is very strange. Again, so I'm thinking this was literally a runaway type of situation. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but the internet is acting a little funky. So it should get back up and running here. Just be sure to hit that refresh button or hit that settings button so you can take it back to 1080. Okay, but I don't know why it's just getting a little blurry there. I don't know why. Okay, but anyway, let's get into this. It's just very strange, though. Again, very, very strange. But then again, this could very well be just a young woman or a young girl who is just frustrated, trying to, I don't know, somehow try to find her own independence. This is I've had several friends, family friends have their kids around this age as well, just get up and kick rocks just because they felt like, oh, I love my boyfriend kind of thing. And then they just disappear with their boyfriend for a few days type thing. I've seen that before. I mean, it's the real deal Holyfield. But at the same time, I don't know. We don't know really what's going on here as of yet. And they have not really gone into detail of what's going on. But let's take a look at this video. I found something that we can maybe take a look at that gives us what happened before. Just a quick recap, okay?
Week, and she could be here in Arizona. This is her, Chloe Campbell. She was last seen with two older men at a high school football game on September 30th. Well, the 14-year-old's family hasn't heard from her directly since then, but there have been some messages supposedly from Chloe sent to her friends.
They claim that Chloe is, quote, safe, and that she has money, and that she's with a, quote, family in Arizona. I want to make it clear that we do not have any family in Arizona, so this is very suspicious to us.
So you can see there, her family believes that she is in danger. Boulder police initially labeled the case as a runaway, and so they don't know if they're going to reclassify it now.
Now,
at Staples,
at Staples. What's very strange to me is, well, she gets mad, I'm assuming, and just or this is a clear case of a young girl having maybe a mental breakdown. This could very well be what that is, because let's be real. Chloe's parents received photos of missing Colorado teen, injured and unwell. Now, injured and unwell, injured, they could have seen something that may have made them think something, right? It could lead to them believing that something's not right. But unwell, maybe it's because she's having a mental break. Maybe she's not eating properly. It could be many different things. Maybe the medication, as they said, that she didn't have. Maybe she's having, like I said, maybe she's having a mental break. And then, of course, she meets the wrong type of people at the wrong time during her mental break. And then they say, oh, come with us. We're going to go kicking and chill and all of that. And she's like, yeah, sure. Forget my parents. They don't understand me. Whatever it may be, teenage angst, or she was taken. Either one. She ran away or she was taken. No matter what, still, we do have some more information. Obviously, some good news now. She has been found, but we are going to get into that in just a second. The parents of a 14-year-old Colorado girl who's been missing since leaving a football game with two mystery men said they've sent a disturbing photo of her looking injured and unwell. Chloe was possibly intoxicated when she was last seen 10 days ago walking along the Boulder Creek Trail after the nearby high school game on September 30th, her parents told CBS. She was described by eyewitnesses as being with two men, older men, too old to be in high school. Like I said, they were probably talking about their 401ks, okay? Or they're talking about their fantasy football leagues. I digress. Moving on. Since then, the teen's panicked parents have received a series of dubious, I love that word. I haven't heard that word in a long time, dubious messages claiming that their daughter was hiding out in Arizona and even possibly unalive, as the Boulder police has confirmed. Alarmingly, they were also sent a photo from an anonymous source that only raised their concerns for their daughter's safety. She looked unwell and she looked injured and unwell. The dad told the CBS, without elaborating on what the ominous image showed. That's the part that is frustrating. It's like, did she have bruises around her face? Did she have a bruise in her eye? Did she have a split lip? What happened here? Okay. Still doesn't make any sense unless what they're saying about the medication that helps with maybe her mental health may be a factor here. Lack thereof, so on and so forth. Okay. Again, this is the parents. You just saw them a second ago. It just seems weird. You also got to remember friends, were getting photos and messages from the same, allegedly the same Snapchats about her as well. And I talked about this before, and it just seems strange. Why, if she ran away, why wouldn't friends just step up, classmates and whatnot, just step up and say, yeah, she ran off with these guys. She wanted to be free. She had some issues with the parents. Here she is. She's over here in this particular area. Kick rocks. Go get her. Why wouldn't they just do that right off the bat? She's been missing until tonight. She had been missing for 10 days. 10 of them. 10 days. 10 days. So why wouldn't anybody step up? Why did it take 10 days for them to find this young girl? Which, of course, hopefully we will get some answers here in this next article with the press briefing announcing that they found this girl, which is still fantastic, wonderful, fantastical news, okay? Champagne is raining from the clouds right now in the family's world. Everybody's happy because she's been found. But what happened? Why? Why did she go missing? Why did she up and allegedly leave? Or was she taken? Was she lured? She could have been conned. She could have been finessed into going and hanging out with these older men. That's a possibility too. Or what if there was something else, a relationship with one of these older men? Just saying those things out loud. We don't know anything except for what they have told us thus far. It's very strange, though, that she would go missing. Then all of a sudden, a random anonymous Snapchat account starts sending the parents photos of her not looking so good, unless that was their way of trying to either get a ransom or get some monies. Send us Cash Apps. Send us Venmos. We got that PayPal. We got that Zelle too. We may be kidnapping her, but we bougie too. So we got that Zelle. Hook us up. Maybe. I don't know. Just seems strange that they would send her, the parents and other people, photos of this young girl. Again, the math to me ain't mathing on this. I don't know. Unless she was trying to finesse her own parents with the guys, which is strange. But let's get into this article, shall we? Still, no matter what, great news. She's alive. Thank you. Thank the great energies around the world. Thank God she is alive, because it could have been worse. And knowing us and knowing the stories we've talked about 1,000 times before, 99.999999999% of the time, it's someone being unalive. We find somebody, and it's more tragic than this. So I give it a thumbs up. I'm happy about this. So let's get into this. Missing Colorado girl Chloe Campbell, 14, is found by police at a residential home 10 days after vanishing from high school football game. Let's get into this article. Okay? Great news. She's alive. So a 14-year-old girl who has disappeared from a school event 10 days ago has been found alive at a home in Thornton, Colorado. Maris Harold, the Boulder police chief, announced Monday evening that Chloe Campbell had been located around 5 p.m. at a residential address. Police said she appeared to be unharmed. Yes, great. They would not confirm whether she knew the people she was found with, but insisted we have no belief at this time that she was held against her will. Interesting. Again, it makes you wonder. See, now something else is jumping in my brain. Before we continue here, something else is jumping in my brain too. Could there be activity revolving around stronger recreationals? This is not even a recreational. You know what I'm talking about. Okay? The H. The M. You know, it's math, but take the A out and put an E. I mean, I'm just saying, maybe she was going with these friends to go and get high as hell. I'm just saying. Maybe that's what she went on. A 10-day bender. It is possible. No, Amanda. Definitely not the Mary Jane. Definitely not the Mary Jane. I love you, Mary Jane. Like the parents nowadays don't. It's Boulder, Colorado. Okay. That's number one. Number two, I don't think that she would be running away for days just to roll some blunts. Just personally, I don't think so. But at the same time, that could very well be it too. It could be the snow. It could be the H. It could be the other harder ish. It could be anything. But think about it. She just ups and leaves. I'm not saying that she is this, living like this, but maybe. Why would she go run off with these guys? There's more to this, in my personal opinion. I believe that there's more to this. You know? Danny D, thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. Fire singing voice, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate it. I like to mess around. But still strange that she would just up and leave. Could it possibly be other things where she's like, I want to do these things. My parents won't let me do these things. I want to party. So I'm going to take 10 days to party. That could very well be what it is. Harder things than just the marijuana. Okay? But let me continue here. I apologize for going off that realm, but that could very well be what it is. Be sure to hit that like button down below for me, guys. That would really mean a lot to me. Don't forget to hit that like button. Send it past 200 likes for me, okay? That would really, really mean the world to me. I'm giving you guys the information that you need for the day, all right? And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, baby, all right? So, she disappeared on September 30th after being spotted at a Boulder High School football game and was last seen by witnesses looking intoxicated on Boulder Creek Trail. She was described as being with 2 sketchy older men, and her father said she was a high-risk target for the P word, the Redditors. I can't even say that word. Have mercy. But you see what I'm saying. So the father says she was a high risk She was a high risk for very bad evildoers. Why do you think? She's 14. 2, if she is dealing with some mental health issues, she might be easily swayed depending on her psyche, depending on the meds and all that. That could very well be it too. And they see this girl, and that could, just saying, they look at her and they go, ooh, easily manipulated girl right here. Let's go get her. Come on. Let's go and do some more stuff. I got a place just like 30 miles away. Come on. Yeah, we totally understand. Parents just don't understand. You know? F it. Come with us. We're going to go party. Forget your parents. Be with us. That could be it too. So, David Campbell. All right. David Campbell said his daughter, Chloe, has been struggling since the pandemic and believed that she may have been targeted by rush hourers. Okay. Strongly criticizing local police for what he felt was their inaction on the case. Remember, I talked about it before. They mentioned it they brought it up to the police on the 30th of September, and the police decided to literally drag their feet for 8 days. And then they finally said, oh yeah, let's go and find this girl now. 8 days later. Most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Questions were asked as to why an Amber Alert was not issued for the teenager, but on Monday evening, Boulder police defended their operation and said they knew she was alive all the time. What? So if you knew that she was alive all the time, why didn't you go up and scoop the girl up? You see what I'm saying? Let me just repeat that one more time for the nosebleed seats, because I'm just saying, what? Okay. They asked why they didn't issue an Amber Alert for her. And Boulder police defended their operation and said that they knew she was alive all the time. They insisted they were right in classing her disappearance as a runaway rather than an abduction. See now, that ain't computing. Yo, again, spin cycle dragon. I said it. It's in black and white. I'm telling you, it's written in this article. They straight up said, yeah, we've been known. Shoot, we've been known she was alive. So we didn't issue nothing because we knew she was alive. So then if you knew she was alive and you have the parents going up to the police department and saying, baby, please, we want to get our daughter back. Help us, please. 50, please. And they're like, eventually we'll get there. 8 days later. Do you feel like going and getting this girl? I don't know. You feel like getting the girl? Yeah, let's just start finding her. Yeah, let's just go and get her. Let's just go and start finding her now. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's a 14-year-old girl. And yet they said, we just go wait on it. But we've been known she was alive, though. That's why we didn't issue nothing, because we knew she was alive. But she was still considered missing according to her parents. And it doesn't even matter if she's a runaway. She is still missing. So why drag your feet on that? Okay. I just feel like it. Today let's just do it today. 8 days later. Okay. Sure. Okay. When investigators can continue to believe that Chloe ran away, there's an ongoing investigation into where she was and what occurred while she was separated from her family. Harold told a press conference on Monday evening, so tonight. So one of the deputies said that Boulder police learnt of her disappearance on October 1st, when her father reported her missing. Apparently, from another report, we heard it was September 30th. But hey, whatever. That's fine. Maybe they reported her at midnight, after midnight on September 30th. No big deal. Whatever. But still, 8 days later, still doesn't matter. If you move the goalpost just a day later, it's still late. It's still them dragging their damn feet. All right. Detectives had frequent contact with Chloe's family and communicated with numerous acquaintances, he said. Okay. Detectives did, okay, so they were talking with the family. Okay. He defended their decision not to issue an Amber Alert, saying it was limited to suspicious abductions. Okay, so if he said, all right, if the father was like, okay, I'm cool with this. If the family was okay with this, they still went to the news and talked about it because they felt like the 5-0 was not doing anything. They were dragging their damn feet. We're going to get to that press conference here in a second. They also added, Boulder police have had no evidence to suggest an abduction had occurred. He said, but that's the thing. It's like, you hear that she was off with a bunch of dudes, with 2 grown men that clearly were grown, were not high school students, not part of the circle of friends. You hear that she was intoxicated and that she's not home. No matter what, that's still, in my personal opinion, evidence enough to start searching, to start asking questions, to start being inquisitive as a mug. That's just me, though. He said a missing and endangered persons alert would have been issued on Monday had she had not been found. So, but that's still, you're talking about today. Like, you're talking about today. So a missing and endangered persons alert would have been issued today, if I'm reading this correct, if she had not been found. Do you realize that's still 10 days later? That's still 10 days. We had indications she was alive throughout the week. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. We had indications that she was alive throughout the week. What indications? Some Snapchat photos that the parents are saying that she looked unwell and injured. So that's enough for you to go, we got it. Yeah, we gonna chill though. We gonna wait 10 days. We gonna wait 8 days. I'm sorry. Let me give them the 2. Okay, we're gonna wait 8 days, and then we're gonna do our investigation. Do you realize that if they actually got off their butts, okay, off their boo-hooties, they would have been able to find her 10 days ago? You know what I'm saying? If they said the whole week they told us, we knew there were indications that she was alive throughout the week. I'm sorry. The idiocracy is killing me. I'm sorry. That makes, oh my God, y'all. That is stupid. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but that's it. That's idiotic. I said it. Let's continue. Our detectives pursued multiple leads throughout the week, and we were confident based on several things that she was alive this past week. Sure. The past week. Like it to me, it sounds like they're trying to save face. Doesn't it sound like that a little bit to you? Like they found her. Yay. 10 days later. But now they're going, yeah, we were in the middle of work. Like we were finding her and stuff. And the detectives, you know what I'm saying? They were out there. They were talking to people. She was alive. She was alive. We knew she was alive, so we didn't have to worry about nothing. We got nothing to worry about. So we just, we take our time. You know what I'm saying? We were taking our time. But we were looking at it the entire time. The whole week. For the past 8 days that you say that we were sitting on our butts, we were looking. And there was total facts lingering around here, showing us that she was still alive. So we had time. We had time to bring her to safety. We had time to bring her back to her parents. No problem. Yeah, saving face. Saving face. We never throughout the week had any indication she was in harm's way, he added. He said detectives spent hours and hours combing through social media. We have no belief at this time that she was held against her will. Her parents claimed they reported her missing the night of September 30th, which could be midnight, September 30th, October 1st, maybe, because they were waiting. Maybe they were thinking that she was going to be coming home late or something like that, but she didn't. Maybe she was coming home late out of protest, just to be difficult, to be passive aggressive, how kids can be. And she didn't come home. So then maybe they made the report at 8 on October 1st at a little after midnight. Still doesn't matter. Still doesn't matter. This girl was still missing. Okay. And complained. It took police until October 8th, 8 days later, to urge anyone with information about her whereabouts to come forward. So David, the father, warned those who he thought could have taken his daughter that he would find them, and the family would never stop until Chloe is home safe. Now she is, thank God. The teenager's parents said they were passed an ominous photo by one of their daughter's friends from an anonymous Snapchat account. So it wasn't even directly to her. It wasn't directly to them. It was directly to a friend, one of her friends. Interesting. And that's a good detail now. Okay. While the image proved that she was still alive, her parents said she looked injured and unwell. I think it could have been just her on a bender. She could have been out here kicking it hard out here in these streets, having a good old time. Okay. Adding that it could have been sent from anyone. On Monday morning, Chloe's parents said that they were relieved police were finally taking the case seriously today. So they finally so Monday, today, they were like, man, thank God they're finally starting to put in the work. She had been missing for 10 days as of that time. As of today, she had been missing for 10 days. And this is when they finally decided to get up and start looking under rocks. Okay. Yet Boulder police on Monday night insisted they always acted appropriately and with the right level of attention. Like I said, trying to save face, maybe. Among those criticizing the cops, we already know about John Ramsey. Chloe's family feared that she may have been rush-houred and was being held against her will, and received multiple tips that her daughter was 600 miles away in Arizona. Like I said earlier today, people out here saying all this crazy stuff, churning the rumor mill instead of actually just giving out facts. Same thing that was going on with the Kylie Rodney case. Let's keep it real. People just running amok with theories and BS. Her father said, I'm not an expert in rush houring, but what I do know, that the tactics of rush hours is to prey on young girls that are at a high risk. And Chloe has been struggling since the panty. She has had many risk factors that these types of P words prey on. I'm speaking to you right now, whoever you are that's keeping Chloe from coming home. Know that we're looking for you, and that we are going to find you, and we are never going to stop until Chloe is safe home. Now, we already know the The anonymous Snapchat was the only communication the family received from someone they believe is a third party pretending to be their daughter, adding that the profile could be anybody. The name on the account is not one they were familiar with. It was unclear when they received the message. Several friends also apparently received messages from her as well, with communications on Snapchat vanishing immediately after they are opened. Her parents feared that her friends or other young teenagers are keeping information from authorities out of concern of their own safety. And that was at that time. Then the wife or the mother, Jessica, and David had hired a private investigator to look into the whereabouts of their daughter. It was unclear whether the private investigators helped with the police. Jessica and David said their daughter had several underlying physical, this is what I said earlier, had underlying physical and mental health conditions, which she had not been able to take her medication for. And that's one thing I want to know. What is that extra stuff? You see what I'm saying? What was that extra stuff? What's the medication that she's taking? Why is she taking the medication? What is the underlying physical and mental health conditions that she has that she needs to take medication for? Many, many questions. Okay. Now, of course, in a statement on Monday morning, they said after 10 days, our beloved 14-year-old daughter, Chloe Campbell, is still missing. We're grateful to the Boulder Police Department and the news sources are finally taking this case seriously, broadening the call for help and legitimizing the situation. We remain gravely concerned that she may be rush houred and is not able to voluntarily come home. We have no credible communication from Chloe herself in full 10 full days, and we believe there are still friends who know more than they have shared with law enforcement. And I'm wondering, what was it that got them to her? Was it a friend? You know what I mean? Was it a friend that spoke up? That said, oh yeah, I saw her with these guys and blah, blah, blah. How did they know that she was in Thornton, Colorado, of all things? You know? Albus, thank you so much for the 100. What's up, Albus? They used the Ouija board game to talk to her. She wasn't replying from the other side. That was all proof of life they needed, Pascal. Just as useful, 5-0. You know, it's 5-0. I'm sorry. Just as useful, 5-0. Now that's the thing. I don't know what it is that made them think that she was okay for that whole week. We got nothing to worry about. She's fine. We're not going to go and kick rocks and try to find her and save her. She's fine for a whole bloody week. And then it's funny because as soon as they actually made active effort in trying to find this young woman, this young girl, they found her. They found her. That was a little dusty. They found her. That makes no sense. To me, that makes no sense. Okay? So, blah, blah, blah. Nah, 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 nah. Time is critical. They added she may be with one or several people who are men or older boys who could be involved with drug dealing and who may have violent criminal records. She never came home, and we became very concerned. This is from the father. Chloe came home and never came home, and we became very concerned. Started investigating and found that she was last seen with two older men. She was described by witnesses as being with two older men, older men, too old to be in high school. One of whom was Asian, and the other one had a beard, which we already talked about. This was around lunchtime at Boulder High, and also at a football game. These two men are described as being sketchy. I mean, it's good to know that they're sketchy, but that doesn't help us. The pushback that we got, this is what he said, the pushback that we got from both Boulder High and Boulder Police saying hey, it's no big deal, she's just a runaway, was frustrating. but we never stopped investigating. And that's the problem. That's literally the problem. Oh, she's just a runaway. She's still missing. In my personal opinion, I don't care if she ran away. That's still somebody who's missing. That's still a missing person. And they're not treating it as such. They just sat on their hands. One described her as vivacious and funny, adding that they would use every resource on the planet to bring her home safe and sound. But still, I want to know, how did they find her? That's what I want to know. How did they figure out that she was around in Thornton, Colorado? Who was the connect? Who was the plug? That's what I'd like to know. Who was the doggone plug? Because this is not mathing to me. We knew she was fine all this whole week, and then suddenly when they actually put effort in, they knew exactly where she was. That's strange to me, y'all. That is very, very strange to me. But let's take a listen to this press briefing from the Boulder police, basically telling us what the heck is going on here. Oh, gotta love the commercials. This is not on YouTube, so don't worry. I know a lot of you guys.
To announce that 14-year-old Chloe Campbell was located in a residence this evening in Thornton, approximately at 5. Boulder police are working to have her medically evaluated, and her family has been contacted. Appropriate referrals will be made to social service support resources. As our protocol for missing children cases, we are asking for the media's help to please take Chloe's photo down from all the websites and other broadcast channels. While investigators continue to believe that Chloe ran away, there is an ongoing investigation about where she was and what occurred while she was separated from her family. Some details are being withheld at this time to allow for a thorough investigation. We will not be releasing any additional details at this time out of respect for the teen's privacy and to protect the integrity of the potential investigation.
This, to me, makes no bloody sense. Like, first off, let me just say this. Number one, numero uno, I'm very, very happy she is okay. Thank God she is okay. All right? Thank to the positive energies that are up above. She is found and she is okay. That is fantastic news, because every single time, it's rare that we get to we report one of these stories, or that I get to report one of these stories, and then we find that person alive. It's fantastic news. But at the same time, how did they find her? Still to this day, still right now, I don't have that answer. Like I said, I found out about this information. I was very, very happy about that she was found alive. That's fantastic news. But at the same time, that's it? That's all we got? That just, like I said, very strange to me. I'm going to see if there's another video here. Maybe there's some more information here in this one too. But that's all the information that the press conference, or at least in that clip, says. And they're playing everything so incredibly close to the chest. No, that's not it either. But it still makes me wonder what the hell is going on. But let's take a look at this article as well. It says, okay, of course, missing teenager found alive in Colorado. Police say, fantastic news, right? Fantastical news. Let me blow this up a little bit. Missing teenager Chloe has been found alive in Colorado after disappearing for 10 days. So the 14-year-old was discovered at a house 26 miles away from her home. This is what they of course announced on tonight. The teenager was last seen on the 30th of September. We already know about the football game and hanging out with some people that were sketchy. Officials say that she was found in a home in Thornton, Colorado at around 5 p.m. and she has been taken to the hospital for evaluation, police told reporters. Her family had warned she was a high risk target for P words, and that they were worried that she had been taken by very bad evildoers. And that's it. Okay, that they of course the chief said on Monday the investigators believe that the teenager had instead run away from home. There's an ongoing investigation about where she was and what occurred when she was separated from her family. We are incredibly grateful for the partnership of the state and federal agencies who through a variety of investigative efforts, helped our detectives bring Chloe home. We are also appreciative of the outpouring of the community and media interest in this case. Authorities say there is, quote unquote, no evidence of an abduction that took place. So literally, this girl just ran away. She ran away to hang out with some boys, some older boys. Possibly boys. Let's just say that. Possibly boys. Or she went to go and hang out with some older men. And God knows, I mean, like I said earlier, that this could be so many different things. I mean, this could mean so many different things. She could have been trying to get away so she can go kick it. She could have just been dealing with some teenage angst and going, F my parents. I want to do my own thing. Or maybe there was a boy that she had a crush on. That could be it too. And he just happens to be older, which is not good when you got a 14-year-old girl having a crush on somebody who happens to be older. Let's just keep it straight funkies. Okay. Nicole, thank you so much for gifting 5 people memberships. Wow. Thank you so very much. I really do appreciate it. Welcome to the family. Rose with Thorns, Miss M. Please help find Mary Catherine Woods, Raj, and Lex Lukes. Thank you so much. I think you did say had another comment here. I want to make sure I have that as well. I think. Was that in here? Or am I on crack? I might be on crack. I just might be. Yeah, I must have missed it or something because it just disappeared on me. But I apologize. But thank you, Nicole. Please give her as much love as you possibly can with some purple heart emojis and all that. Thank you so much for the support, guys. It really does mean a lot. You know, the super chats and the all that stuff does mean the world to me. Of course, it helps keep this motor running and all that as well. So thank you so much. And of course, you know, I got the merch and stuff as well. Please go and check out PascalMerch.com as well. That would really mean the world to me. But still, no matter what, great bloody news has erected. Okay, has been premiered, I guess, for lack of a better term. All right, this young girl has been found, but they have not been telling us anything further than that she's just been found, and that's it. I'm gonna check another source just to see if there's anything else here. Just to see. But right now, as far as we know, so far, all we know is that allegedly she just ran away and did not want to do, I don't know, and maybe just wanted to be free. I mean, like I said, the parents, it's not like the parents went into great detail saying, yes, we had a terrible fight with our daughter. This is what happened, so on and so forth. But right now, I mean, this is still all the same stuff. Just saying, breaking news, she has been found. But they're saying that they're playing a lot of this close to the chest, which I think is absolute BS in my personal opinion. Okay? It's absolute BS in my personal opinion. They should be saying more to this than what they're saying right now, which I think is trash. I'm going to try another place just to make sure. Let's see here. This is a 9-minute clip. Let's take a look at this really quick. Let's see if this is. Come on.
Public Information Officer for the Boulder Police Department. Thank you all for coming here so quickly this evening. We have an update we'd like to share with the community on the Chloe Campbell case. Our first speaker will be Police Chief Maris Herold. That's MarisHerold. The second speaker
So this is a full thing. So some good news here. Let's take a look.
will be Deputy Chief Stephen Redfern, STEPHENREDFEARN. Chief Herold.
Thanks, Dion, and thank you all for being
thought we
here
were supposed
this
to clap.
evening. We are pleased to announce that 14-year-old Chloe Campbell was located in a residence this evening in Thornton, approximately at 5. Boulder police are working to have her medically evaluated, and her family has been contacted. Appropriate referrals will be made to social service support resources. As our protocol for missing children cases, we are asking for the media's help to please take Chloe's photo down from all the websites and other broadcast channels. While investigators continue to believe that Chloe ran away, there is an ongoing investigation about where she was and what occurred while she was separated from her family. Some details are being withheld at this time to allow for a thorough investigation. We will not be releasing any additional details at this time out of respect for the teen's privacy and to protect the integrity of the potential investigation. We are incredibly grateful for the partnerships that we have in this state with state and federal agencies who, through a variety of investigative efforts, helped our detectives bring Chloe home. We are also appreciative of the outpouring of community and media interest in this case. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Deputy Chief Redfern, who will give you a step-by-step investigative protocol that we undertook here at Boulder PD.
Very interesting. So we're going to get some more information here. Thank God. I was looking for this, so I'm glad I stumbled upon this. But of course, I got to cut in between all this because of, you know how it is. Okay, guys. But this is good news. But now, hopefully, they're going to give us a little bit of an insight on how things went down behind the scenes. Because let's keep it real. How did they find her? Okay. How the hell did they find her? And Michelle, I will not be taking phone calls today. Unfortunately, I will not. But I will be doing a show tomorrow morning that I'm sure I will be opening up the phone lines for. So we are going to be going into the Quentin Simon case tomorrow. So be sure to tune in tomorrow. We're going to be talking about that big time. Let's go.
Thank you again for coming out.
Thanks, Chief. As Chief Herold referenced, due to the age of the involved child in this case and the fact that we very recently made contact, there's a lot of things we still need to put together. We're not able to release a lot more details about specifically what went on. However, I do want to provide a little bit more context as to the investigation and some of the things that transpired since Chloe was reported as a runaway.
Let's see.
Boulder police first became aware of Chloe's recent disappearance late in the day on October 1st.
Like, this is the stuff that I read earlier, but we're going to hear probably the backpedaling and the, we knew all along. So this is going to be fascinating. But again, still, no matter what, I'm incredibly happy that this young girl was found. That is fantastic news. That is another person that has been found. Now, I wish that 5-0 and media would have the same amount of energy towards all these other young men and young girls and boys that are out here of all colors that are still missing to this day. I wish they would do the same amount of energy. This one was a low ball and luck. This was lucky because, again, they dragged their feet for 8 damn days before they actually stepped forward and actually put some work into finding her. Lucky for them, she was at a place 25 miles outside of Boulder. But at the same time, there are plenty of other missing boys and girls out here that are still out here lost, missing, that I feel that they did the same amount of energy towards. This just happens to be a ground ball, y'all. A ground ball. I will continue. So let's hear what he has to say.
When Chloe's father filed a report, information about her was entered into a nationwide computer called CCIC-NCIC as soon as the initial report was taken. The case was assigned to a special victims unit detective. In addition, a bulletin was sent out to law enforcement. Investigators worked with state and federal partners on this case throughout the past week. Boulder detectives met with representatives of the FBI again today. The National Center for Missing and Endangered Children, or NCMEC, has also been involved. Detectives had frequent contact with Chloe's family over the last week and communicated with several acquaintances of Chloe. The department received numerous tips about possible sightings, as well as reports of social media activity, which were pursued diligently. Many questions have come up over the last week about Amber Alerts and why one was not issued in this case. So I want to provide a little information about that. The use of Amber Alerts is carefully regulated by the law. The tool is to be used in cases of suspected abductions and limited to the most serious of situations to avoid public fatigue, which could counteract the importance of these alerts. Boulder police had no evidence to suggest that an abduction had occurred. Detectives consulted with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation agents who agreed the case did not meet the criteria for an Amber Alert. Earlier today, our detectives again spoke to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and we had arranged with them that if Chloe had not been located today, they were going to put out a missing and endangered persons alert, which is different than an Amber Alert, but alerts national media, and it would be very similar to the press release that the Boulder Police issued on Saturday. I want to make it clear that the Boulder Police Department took this case very seriously since the beginning.
Here it comes. He did it earlier. He said, oh, we've been in conversation. We've been in contact with the family this entire time. No. Oh, no. I think it was the other way around. Of course they were in contact with the parents because the parents were probably in contact with them. They're the ones who are probably reaching out to them. Like, I believe the parents more than I believe the police in this situation. Real talk.
We investigated consistent with best practices for runaway children. We followed all federal and state guidelines and went beyond these as much more time passed, out of an abundance of caution. There are indications that considerable steps were being taken by Chloe to avoid contact from law enforcement as well as her family. We, however, had indications that she was alive throughout the week.
See what I'm saying? Oh, we had indications that she was okay. She was all right this entire week. So then why didn't you go get her then? If you had indications that she was alive throughout the week, why weren't you going just from those Snapchats? Again, those Snapchats could have been anywhere, guys. Or for a shot from any time. Those Snapchats could have been shot a few days before and then just reposted on the site just to mess with people, just to mess with the family and stuff. That could have happened. Thank God that's not the case, but at the same time, you had indications. What were those indications outside of those snaps? Real talk. What were they outside of those Snapchats? Because if you got any other indications that she was alive and well, why didn't you go up to Thornton to that residence, bust down the door, and bring her back home in one piece earlier? Just saying.
Police are relieved that she has been located. We'll now take a few questions, and just a reminder, we may not be able to answer specifics on the investigation itself.
Because they probably don't know. Well, like I said, I'm not trying to bash 5-0. I'm not trying to bash police. It just how the narrative has been constructed thus far. Does not seem like they really were doing anything. And from what the parents are saying, and from what Jean-Benet Ramsey's half brother has said, it seems like they were really dragging their feet about this. And then when you say that there was clear as day proof that she was okay and that she was alive and kicking, then why didn't you bring her home sooner? Hopefully the reporters are going to ask the right questions here. Let's hear what they got to say.
Yes.
Indications that she was alive during the week. What were those indications?
So our detectives pursued
Smart.
multiple leads throughout the week. Many things with social media that were out there, and we were confident based on some recent things that our detectives were able to run down that she was alive. We obviously weren't going to rest easy until we had contact with her to make sure she wasn't in a bad situation. But we were never throughout the week had any indication that she was directly in harm's way.
Make that math make sense. I said two phrases in one. I combined two phrases in one. Make that make sense. Make that math. What he just said. Please, somebody. Okay? Somebody. Please. And Laura Estrada, just so you know, Jean-Benet Ramsey's half-brother did recently speak out about this, basically saying like, yo, police, Boulder Police Department, get off your butts and start looking for this girl, because he also heard stories as well that police were dragging their feet for 8 days before they even tried to start looking for this young girl. So Jean-Benet Ramsey's brother stepped forward and said, man, get off your asses and do something, 5-0. Police, do something. That's why it started to get some national attention. That's why I was getting into the articles were starting to come out, because he actually stepped out and made the attention come up. And he did that just a few days ago because they weren't doing anything. But now they're saying that they were fully having conversations and knew that she was okay. To me, that's back. I don't know. To me, and yeah, Ray, he was using the platform for good. That's what I think. He was like, yo, I'm going to use this and I'm going to talk about it, and hopefully it'll get out there. Kind of like what happened with Adventures with Purpose, right? With Jalissa Fuentes. They said, hey, we found Kylie Rodney's car. The next person that we're going to be going up to and try to find is Jalissa Fuentes. And so that's exactly what they did. They went up to her area and tried to find her. And that became Jalissa's story kind of got a blip, because everybody's like, oh, they're making it a national story, which might not have, Jalissa's story might not have gotten the national attention that it got if it wasn't for AWP for saying, we're going up, that's where we're going to next to see if we can find this girl too. So yeah, this is just ridiculous. One thing I saw here, repurposed art, she said, or they said, I'm sorry, do you give options for parents of missing kids to contact you directly to give a voice to missing kids that are not getting media attention? You know, that is a fantastic thing and a fantastic idea. I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. I mean, people can always send me things via email and all that, and I can go through those and see what I can do. But I also don't want it to turn into some overwhelming tidal wave of like, then I'm going to be trying to cover as many as I can, or, you know what I mean? It can become overwhelming. And of course, I want to give every story the right light, the right amount of time under the sun. So I don't want to cheat anybody, if that makes any sense. But of course, I'm always down to bring more attention to other stories that aren't getting the attention that they rightfully deserve. Because there are stories out here that are not like nothing, okay? Not getting anything right now. And they deserve the attention that they deserve the attention for real, okay? So that is a great idea. People out here, please send me emails, etc. I'll see what I can do. But like I said, that's when it gets scary, because then everybody comes woof, And then if I don't cover it as soon as they want it to be covered, then the people get upset, people get emotional, and I don't want no smoke. I'm here to bring positive energy towards negative cases, towards cases like this, and hopefully we can get them people closer to finding justice for their loved ones. But yes, again, email me, etc., and we can go from there. Let's finish this, and I'll go into the super chats and super chats here really quick.
There was some social media that was, we were aware that her friends were being messaged, but it might not be her sending those messages. Is there any insight into any of that?
Without getting specific, and I'll just preface again that as we put a timeline together on where she was in the last week and a half, if we find out that anyone had criminal culpability here, we could be bringing charges. Don't know if that's the case, so I have to be careful and not get too specific. But our detectives have spent hours and hours combing over social media, and we do know there were contacts between someone purporting to be Chloe and some friends.
Was she held against her will?
We have no belief at this time that she was held against her will.
Are you at all concerned about the rest of the public? I mean, is there anything they need to be warned about? I mean, there was reports that she had left with 2 men, concerns about trafficking. Should the Boulder community and the rest of the metro area be concerned about that?
Sure, it's a great question. And at this time, we have no information that indicates that there's any public safety risk or any concern to anybody else at this time.
Are there any persons of interest out there that you're looking at?
It's too early for us to tell. Obviously, the big concern was getting Chloe into a hospital to be medically cleared to make sure she's okay, give her time with her family, and then as the the week progresses, we're going to look more into that.
Is there any concern when it comes to where she was last seen around that creek? I know when we spoke to her family, they said that there's a lot of drug activity in that area. There's a lot of kids that are being exposed to that because it's right behind the high school. Any comment on that?
No, we don't have any indication that the proximity of that creek and the path that came up earlier in the week had anything overly concerning at all.
Was she sexually assaulted?
It's way too early to be able to indicate that at this time.
Is it safe to say that she was found unharmed? Can we say that?
Correct. We believe that we want her to be medically evaluated. She's only 14, but when she was contacted in Thornton, there was no readily noticeable injuries or anything like that.
Did she know the people she was with?
We're still investigating all that. There's a lot we still need to piece together.
What led you to Thornton?
Our detectives did some top-notch detective work today, working with the FBI. Some new information came to light that we hadn't had previous, and they were able to run that down today. That led them to a location in Thornton. We worked with Thornton PD to make contact there, and she was located.
Very vague. Again, extremely vague. Very vague. So she went willing. Rose, Alaska. Yeah, sounds like she went willing. And of course, she was in an area where a bunch of kids go and drink and party and do recreationals and all that kind of stuff. And she may have wanted to continue. Maybe she wanted to continue partying and went off with those people and did more stuff. God knows what's up. But it's interesting. He says, today is the day that these detectives did this amazing work and were able to find her. And of course, 5-0 is going to be playing a lot of this close to their chest because they don't have everything yet. They don't know everything yet. They don't know if she literally was held against her will or if she was there willingly. All they know is that maybe she went up there willingly, but maybe she wasn't able to leave, right? Or whatever that area is that she was found, what kind of house was it? You see what I'm saying? Was it some sort of den, if you get what I'm saying? Could she have been strung out on some stuff? Like, you never know. She could have been out there just doing recreationals, harder recreational stuff. That could be it too. Maybe that's why they're saying we're still investigating, because maybe she was in a house where it was just a bunch of people getting high. That could be it too. I'm sorry to throw that out there, but that could be the situation here. Just seems strange that she would be in that house. That's just, this is crazy.
That information that you have?
Not at this time.
She held against her will at all?
We don't believe so.
The 2 men who were reportedly seen with her, have you ID'd who those people were and ruled them out as any kind of persons of interest?
So we've spoken to quite a few people in this case, but we have no direct knowledge that anyone she was allegedly seen with. I believe that was on the creek path. And we don't have any indication they're involved in this. But again, we have a lot more follow-up to do. At this point, she is getting medical care, or at least evaluated, to make sure that she's medically okay. She's with her parents, and beyond those next steps, I don't have that information. Even if I did, I don't know that I'd be able to divulge it at this time. Her parents are aware she was at the hospital. I'm not sure if they've made it there yet, but I'm assuming that was their intent.
Damn right.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
So that's it, guys. That is all she wrote. And God knows what happened here. We don't know anything because obviously we don't know anything as of yet. They just found her in this house. It seems like she was not held against her will. She was there willingly. It sounds like she went with those guys willingly. She was in a place with a bunch of kids and it's a spot where a bunch of kids go and kick it at and drink and party and do whatever. God knows, given the fact that she was under the influence, she may have mental health issues, and she's very young. She's 14. She could easily be manipulated into doing things that maybe she wasn't cool with. Maybe she wouldn't have said yes to if she wasn't under the influence, because allegedly she was intoxicated when she was last seen. But something is very strange. Something is very strange with this situation. In my personal opinion, something is off. I don't know if this is I'm still trying to math this, to be completely honest. I'm doing everything I can to try to make this make sense for myself. But it seems something's not right. And I feel like we're going to be in a world of speculation like crazy. So Sheila, this is what caught my eye. Sheila, and I'm going to get to the super chats here very soon. So thank you for all the super chats, guys, and the support. Thank you. But Sheila says, I don't get this. She's a minor with 2 older men. She's got mental health issues and could have been manipulated. She could be frightened to tell what happened. That could also be it too. Now, she went to the hospital. God knows what they're going to do. Maybe they're going to run an R kit on her, so on and so forth. You never know. We don't know what's going on in there right now. She could be getting tested for various things, because God knows what she has been involved in for the past 10 days. We don't know what actually happened to her. Again, she could say that she was being held against her will, but maybe not. But she's saying those things so she could get out and get out safely. We don't know. Okay. But it is still something strange is going on here, something fishy. But it could very well just be what they're saying. She went off willingly. She was there with these guys willingly. She was kicking it. She's young. She wanted to have fun. And boom. Cops came in, took her back home. Maybe nothing bad happened to her, except maybe she was just there smoking some weed and having a 10-day bender. Trying to enjoy freedom. I don't know. Okay. It is just a very, very strange situation for sure. But I am going to be right back, and I'm going to read some of your super chats here really quick. So see you guys in about 29 seconds. I wanted to create something that we could wear to start a very important conversation about mental health and remind those that are lost in the dark that we're here to guide them towards the light. Suicide has taken so many of our loved ones, and it needs to stop. My hope is by wearing these t-shirts and hoodies, we can stop these tragedies and start some conversations. Remember, you are not alone. Yes, remember, you are not alone, guys. Please go and check out pascalmerch.com. I still am doing the suicide awareness hoodies and t-shirts that are available right now, all custom-made tie-dye t-shirts and hoodies. We also have a wonderful collaboration with the Gabby Petito Foundation, where we are selling these t-shirts and hoodies to bring awareness to domestic violence right now. Break the silence. We created this with the Gabby Petito family, And a portion of the proceeds for this one goes to the Gabby Petito Foundation. So if that is something that interests you and you want to support, please go over to pascalmerch.com and check out all that stuff. We also just have regular hoodies and t-shirts like this one that I'm wearing right now. Custom, very dope, artsy type of clothing that you can wear out and kick it in and all that. So please, it is hoodie season. So we got a lot of really cool hoodies and t-shirts right now on pascalmerch.com. So please go check those out if you can. But let me get into these super chats, okay? Again, pascalmerch.com. Shameless plug, all right? I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Sheely Lauder, thank you so much for the 450 pounds. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Crosby House, thank you so much for the 10. Please help us find a missing teen by the name of Urin Kithori. He's been missing for the last past 3 weeks. On 1 week, 4 kids has come up missing in 1 week. Okay, I got that. I'll look up Yoran Kithori. Yarin or Yarin. I'm saying it all wrong. I'm so sorry, but I will make sure. I am going to write that down so I don't forget. Got my trusty notebook here. Hold on. Yarin Kithori. Got it. I'll take a look into it. I will definitely take a look into it for sure, because it's a story that I don't know anything about. That's a name I don't know anything about. So hopefully we can do something and bring awareness to that. And of course, I'm always down for bringing families on to talk about these things, etc. I mean, of course, I want to talk about these things as much as we can. The more we bring awareness to it, the more we talk about it, the more we can get closer to finding them or getting them justice. Of course. Infinite Content, thank you so much for the 5. Glad to see the girl safe, Pascal, but something is off about this situation. Yes, something's weird. Something's most definitely strange about this situation. Something's weird. Again, something is weird. Crosby House, thank you so much for the $2. I really do appreciate it. And there's one other one that just popped off. Let me grab that too. Let me grab that as well. Where is it? Boom, boom, boom. Kim, thank you so much for the $5. Great coverage. Just wanted you to know I bought a sweatshirt and love it. Thank you. I wanted to give support for the cause. Thank you so much, Kim. I really do appreciate you contributing, being a part of the family, wearing something that's going to keep you warm and is also pushing and bringing light on such a dark subject. So thank you so very much. It really does mean a lot. All right. And I know that a lot of people are interested in getting the other hoodies and t-shirts and all that. And so I do appreciate you guys wanting to buy and all that. And I understand paychecks and all that stuff. So take your time and all that. It's not like I'm sitting here saying buy one now. Just saying eventually. You know what I mean? There's going to be plenty of other stuff coming very, very soon. Some new looks, some new designs and stuff, which I'm very excited about sharing with you guys. So, be on the lookout for those when it does happen, because it will be happening soon. Trust and believe, okay? But guys, this is, regardless of everything, even though it is strange, even though the situation is very strange, it's still a positive. She's been found. She's been found alive. And that is more important than anything else. It just sucks in this situation that we had Chloe out there for 10 days and seemingly, from what we heard in these streets, seemingly the police were really dragging their feet on trying to bring justice for this young girl. And that sucks. It only seems like they just started working on it like Saturday or Sunday. But imagine if they really put their efforts in a week earlier. She would have been found in a day or two. And this wouldn't have been a huge national story. And I will say this too. There's a lot of people out here, that would kill to have somebody like Jean-Benet Ramsey's brother speak up and say, hey, help find this girl or help find this boy. I'm sure of it, that there are plenty of people out here that would kill to find their loved one or get help from other people that have platforms like that. Something to think about. Just in case if Jean-Benet Ramsey's brother is watching, do it again. Okay? Do it again, but do it for somebody who's, for another family, please. Because there's plenty of other families that need that kind of, police, do something. Get off your asses. Start looking under things. Okay? Because that's what we need. That's what we definitely need. Especially with this story that just came out of Excelsior Springs. Let's keep it real. We are starting to find out more and more information about these young girls. And of course, the survivor that ran away from that house. And I'm planning on still doing a story, covering that as well. There's so much more information. Like I said, I'm trying to do the Quentin Simon, but then there's so many new things that have been popping off for all these other stories. Trust me, it's either Quentin or the Excelsior Springs story tomorrow morning. I guarantee you that, because there is more information out here for sure. But it's just interesting that you have these young girls, let's just say in this situation in Kansas, a little outside of Kansas City, of this young survivor that escaped from this man's house, from this monster's house. No one's heard about any of those girls that really, they never turned into national stories. They never turned into a big deal. They just were there. Maybe there's some local news that talked about it for 5 seconds as they moved on to sports, But it's frustrating that there's so many kids that are out here that are missing that aren't getting the attention that they rightfully deserve. And I just wish that there would be other platforms like AWP, like Jean-Benet Ramsey's brother, all these other people that are either families that have lost someone that are using their platform to find other missing people. I wish that they would do as much as they can. And I know that is one person at a time, one case at a time. You can't be Clark Kent and Superman in the same place at the same time. I know that. But I feel that we only get these flashes in the pan like this, where a story like this gets quickly gets national attention because somebody used their platform to bring attention to the nation about that. Hopefully we can get some more people to do the same. That's all I'm saying. Fingers crossed about that indeed. And I'm going to try to do my best here too, as much as I can. I can't promise everybody. I can't promise everything, because I am one show. I am one person. But I can at least try to bring more attention to other stories that may not be getting the attention that they rightfully deserve. So I'm hoping we can do that here soon, here as well. There is Crosby House. Thank you so much for the $2. 4 kids in Douglasville, Georgia. This is strange. Okay, I'm going to write that down. Douglasville, 4 kids. Douglasville. I'll take a look at that for sure, just to see what the heck is going on here. For real. Okay. Ooh, Dark Horse Justice. I was rescued from a house in Thornton on July 14th last year. Wow, Dark Horse. That's very interesting. Please, is there a name or area or address she was found at? They have not given out any other information except that she was found in Thornton, Colorado. That's all we know. See, now I would love to talk to you because that's some interesting stuff, Dark Horse. Yeah, we're going to have to talk somehow. Somehow we're going to have to talk. Okay? And I do appreciate you letting me know that because thank you so much for surviving and being a badass. I'm just going to say that because I can only imagine. I don't know your story, but I can only imagine. Right. But shout out to Dark Horse. Yeah, please email me. I would love to have you on to talk, to bring some more awareness to stuff like that for sure. Please. Repurpose art. Yaren Kathuri is 17 years old. He's 10 feet. He's 5 feet 10. He weighs 123 pounds. He has dark brown eyes and he is black. He is likely looked over as being black. He is likely looked over as being black and age 17, but he is missing and his parents are looking. Okay. I'm going to look into it. I promise you I'll look into it. For real, for real. And if you have any Connect, repurposed, and Crosby House, if you have any connects to the family, I would love to have them on. Like, I would love to have them on so we could talk about it, because that helps a little bit. Because don't get me wrong, I love to do the investigation and do the research and all that, but there's something about having the family there talking about it and speaking on behalf of things that says that I think really drives things home, and of course kills all the theories and conspiracies. Debunks all the BS, right? So hopefully we can do something like that. All right, and look into that. But anyway, that is the show, guys. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Real talk. But it's still good news. At the end of the day, this is great news. This young girl was found, and she's alive. Doesn't matter if they dragged their feet or not. Doesn't matter how she was found in that house. What matters most is that she was found alive, and that is amazing. That puts a big old smile on my face. And it should put a big smile on your face as well. Thank God she's okay. Real talk. But anyway, guys, it's time to get going. I appreciate all y'all. Do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Send it past, 600 likes really quick, because a like don't cost a thing. And if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button, y'all. You know your boy's working hard out here in these streets. So hit that subscribe button. All right, we're marching our way towards 100,000 subscribers. Getting close. So please hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyways, time to get going. Have a beautiful rest of your night, guys. I'm starving. I'm about to Hulk smash some food right now. So I got to get going. But I love every single last one of y'all. Thank you so much for your positive energy. And I'll be talking to you guys soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.